We are looking at how tremors of the war are affecting Dalal Street. We are seeing how markets have been on the edge. This is about the Sensex that has tanked about 1,636 points. Nifty has tumbled to about 488 points. In the latest, we are telling you about how markets are reacting. This comes after Donald Trump gave a hint of escalation, spoke about his plan, his real plan of taking oil from Iran. He spoke about his Karg Island, how he's eyeing Karg Island as well. Iran, on its part, has also refuted the claims of Donald Trump when it comes to negotiations. We're seeing war tremors play out in the markets. For now, we have Sumita joining us. Sumita, we are looking at markets feeling the tremors of the war. Explain to our viewers what has happened in the markets today.
Absolutely. In fact, ever since this war began, the markets have been facing bloodbath. In fact, they have been very brief spikes. But once again, the bears maul the markets again because the Nifty is once again down. The 24,400 mark. Sensex also tanked, like you rightly stated, over 600 points in trade. In fact, if we look at all the sectors, well, they all ended in the red, with autos, FMCG, consumer durables, capital goods, telecom, realty, private banks, PSUs, they were down by 2 to 4%. In fact, the broader markets as well, they witnessed sharp declines. The mid-cap and small-cap indices, they also shed around 2.6% as far as trade is concerned. But what's also important to note is that it's not just, a regular fall. The Nifty is down by about 15% from its peak, and this is the first big correction that's coming in, especially as far as the post-COVID rally is concerned, because, since last year especially, we did see the markets touching record highs on the back of government policies. But with this war now, the kind of developments that we're seeing on an everyday basis, it is bloodbath once again on D Street. What's also adding to the problem is the fact that oil is now at $114 per barrel. At least this is the levels at which it was trading this morning. Foreign investors, FIIs, they have also withdrawn $12 billion from Indian equities in March, which is the highest on record. So, of course, the markets are jittery on what's really going to be happening as far as Dalal Street is concerned. But definitely this needs to be watched out for. And what really needs to be watched out for is the developments that we're seeing as far as the West Asia war is concerned. And in fact, if there is going to be any truce between both the sides, because we're seeing conflicting reports coming in from the United States side and the Iranian side.
Sure. Many thanks for all those inputs that you've given us, Sumita. What doesn't help the situation, of course, is the prevailing uncertainty and the volatility that we've witnessed in the Middle East ever since the war broke out on the 28th of February and the impact that's been having on global markets. Now, Iran